keep God first. I see evil, when I converse.
Not today, say.
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns.
Go.
Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off. You living boring, I'm gonna set it off. Shooting, I'm scoring, I'm gonna set it off. Like soldiers torn, I'm gonna set it off. Son of God, no, I am not son of man. Blessings keep falling, the fingers keep coming in. I got you, but just know I'm texting like Uncle Sam. Left to the bank, you know that I'm coming in. We don't do it for the bands though, we don't do it for the clout. Legacy on the line, so I'm moving in and out. Seen good ones turn top dog, greedy ones get knocked off. I keep looking at the bench like I could never not ball. Coach keep me in the game, Curry deadly with the range. I keep looking in the mirror like, who is he? I'm insane. Who am I? He insane. Guess I ain't the one to blame. What's done is done, won't change. Time to live up to my name. Real will be real, fake gon' fall. Took time with this here, I'm made for a while. No sleeping the while I won't fall. No sleeping the while I won't it all. I keep God first. I see evil, when I converse.
Not today, say.
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns.
Go.
Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off. You living boring, I'm gonna set it off. Shooting, I'm scoring, I'm gonna set it off. Like soldiers torn, I'm gonna set it off. Told my baby, meet me at the bank. Told my mama, I'ma break the trend. Locked in, I'ma change the weight. Working for my baby's kids. Hard times couldn't make the rent. Working hard couldn't save a cent. Lonely nights, just me and God. Swear to him, always made the ends. Grab a paper, see the news. Hate coming by the tools. Walk a mile in my shoes. Something you can never do. Got my back against the wall. Bet I always pull through. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Send a shot tight, block 'em. Superman with the moves. Rock 'em, sock 'em, drop bop 'em. Play to win, never lose. Run it up, I top 'em. Play for belly too. I hip hop or pop 'em. Anything I could do. The real won't be real, fake gon' fall. Took time with this here, I'm made for a while. No sleeping while I won't fall. No sleeping while I won't it all. I keep God first. I see evil, when I converse.
Not today, say.
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns.
Go.
Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off. You living boring, I'm gonna set it off. Shooting, I'm scoring, I'm gonna set it off. Like soldiers torn, I'm gonna set it off.
I can hurt you like you hurt me too, me too. We're letting go, rivet up, we're letting go, rivet up. I can hurt you like you hurt me too, me too. We're letting go, rivet up, we're letting go, rivet up.
thank you to who?
Who?
Who's sponsoring today's live?
I know.
The tires, remember? Radar.
Yeah, radar.
Yeah, thank you to...
Radar.
Huh?
Thank you to radar.
Yeah. Radar tires. Distributed by A. Hussein and Global Machinery. Thank you to Radar for sponsoring today's On the Mat Live. My name is Jonathan, and this is...
Eliki.
And Eliki is my eldest son. How old are you?
I'm 7.
Eliki 7. So, very rainy day here in Senganga, up in Vanuatu, which is Fiji's northernmost island. And On the Mat is just a time where we come and we hang out with you guys and do this thing that we call a live stream, which is different than all the other content because we just want to interact with you guys and we appreciate your guys' support. And we do this, we've done this journey in a really interesting way, right? We document our family story on social media so that you guys can join along and so that hopefully we can inspire those of you who are thinking of, doing something with your life that might be out of the ordinary. And if you get to the end of your life and you wonder, man, what if I would have taken that jump? What if I would have quit my job? What if I would have started that business? What if I would have gone into full-time ministry? Whatever any of those things are, those what ifs, we encourage you guys to jump into the deep end if you feel like you're called, if you're gifted in that certain area. And that's kind of what we're doing. Our brand is Waka, yeah, and our tagline is it's in our roots. And so we came back to Fiji in 2020 to kind of we felt inspired to create employment opportunities and to use the resources around us to do that so that we don't have to keep leaving Fiji to go find these opportunities in other places in the world because there's a lot of opportunity in Fiji. So a lot of people don't feel comfortable with being public, and that's not like the goal. Our goal is not to be famous. Our goal was to use our family story to tell the journey of our brand, and so that's why we're doing this today. How was your day, buddy?
It's good. And you?
Kasa Tumbu asking what you guys did today.
Oh, yeah, okay. My day was really good. Starting from the morning, Lihi, what did you do today? Here, you hold the mic.
I woke up, I played on the iPad, and then
Mom and Dad were out for a walk, eh?
yeah, I was like woke up and I was like, Mom, and she wasn't there, and I was like, okay. And then I just took the iPad and then played like in 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, then we were home, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then what did we do?
And then we went to the farm. Went to the coffee shop, and
What did we do at the farm? Oh, tell them about the farm.
Yeah, the farm.
Hold the mic up.
And we did picking beans.
Yeah. And who was at the farm?
Koroi. Giri. Koroi the soldier.
Yeah. Tell everybody about the soldiers.
Boy, the soldiers. They were real bullets.
No, not real bullets. Yeah. I think they were using blank.
Blanket?
Yeah, blanket.
Yeah. Boy, I hold the gun. They said, don't shoot it. Okay. Okay. Why can't I hold it?
But the soldiers are running around on the farm, eh? They do like some training.
Yeah, camouflage.
Camouflage. And they pop smoke, eh?
Yeah.
Just like the code, eh?
Yes. My mom and dad took me away from the Call of Duty. It's very fun, Mama.
No more Call of Duty for you. Only real life Call of Duty now.
Yeah.
Yes,
In the
sir.
farm, eh?
One day I'll be one soldier.
Yeah,
I've
that's what
been
you said
looking
today.
for my dad.
Yeah.
Where he
Missy.
Hey! Come on!
You said
smoke. Oh no, my dad is right there.
you said you want to shoot everybody there.
I'll shoot everyone. And then the boss will come.
Hey.
See.
Chill, bro. Chill.
Whatever.
You?
Me? Well, this is me. This is Tui over here. Tui's doing his
Yeah.
backup job here.
Doing some on a Monday.
What is what?
He's taking Koroy's thing.
Correct job.
Correct job.
Yeah. This grogging manta.
Yeah.
He has dirty hands. Vulva hands.
Yeah, Koroy right now is enjoying himself in his village.
Yes, you miss Corey.
Is Koroy and the shoulders.
I thought you were Koroy.
Is Koroy will sleep on the bed.
Okay, then we took the beans that we picked, and we made 30 bundles of beans. So that's our biggest bean harvest from this set of beans. So bundled them up, and they are for sale at the coffee shop. So if you guys want beans, and the cool part, and I won't mention it much, but that pesticide from Sea and Soil, it did worked.
Really?
Oh, dude, yeah, really worked. Yeah. So we'll talk about it later. If they choose to sponsor another live, we'll talk about it later. But it worked.
No way.
Which is sick. So, we went to the coffee shop. We had some pizza, and we had some coffee. We bound up the beans, and then we came back home. Bought some duruka on the way home, and we're going to have duruka and lolo tonight.
You know what I did at the coffee shop?
What did you do at the coffee shop?
Biglietti, juice, pizza,
Yeah.
voli,
We'll have.
You sell the beans?
sell the beans, we won lolly,
Oh, yeah. We'll
on $5.
Okay. That was our day basically. Came home, cleaned up the truck. Oh, what?
Dude,
What would you do with $1 billion?
Oh yeah, good question.
Okay. What would I do with $1 billion? I wouldn't give any of it to you. Okay. Oh man, what would I do with $1 billion? That is a good question, buddy. That's a lot of money. I'll probably put half of it away. Probably put it in a. I don't know. I'm pretty boring. I'd probably put a quarter of it into like high interest savings, which would really do not much, and then I'd probably bunch with the other quarter. Or the other half, and we were talking about $1 billion. So with 250,000, I'd probably just put it into a high interest savings account, and then the other 500 million, I'd probably invest in commercial real estate. That's probably what I would do. And there's a big development coming up in Suva. I'd probably invest a bunch there. I'd probably buy some commercial real estate in the valley back in Kelowna. And then the other 250 million I would use to plant our farm, probably do the sandalwood on our farm and max that stuff out, and then expand our business here.
You know what I would do?
Oh, what would you do?
I'd save like half.
Okay, so you're saving 500 million.
Yeah.
Okay, where are you saving it? Like a bank account?
Yeah.
Okay,
And then you know what I'll do with the rest?
another 500
One
million.
house cleaner.
My house cleaner?
You'd have a house cleaner.
Yeah.
For what house?
This house.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, this house?
Yeah. Speak more the house.
It's big.
Oh, house can talk.
You don't
So
wanna.
you wouldn't build a new house? This house is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This house is good.
Yeah.
But if this house burnt down, I would build like a small house, like as big as the garage.
Oh, the tool shed?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, you don't want a big house?
Mm-mm. So it can be easy.
Easy to what?
Easy to clean.
Dude, you're smart.
Okay.
Smart boy.
And you know where I would put the motorcycles and stuff?
Where you put it? On the motorcycle?
Up top on the roof.
And but you still got lots of money left.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
you
do.
still basically have $500 million left.
Yeah.
So what would you do with the rest of the money?
Play COD, Xbox.
Oh.
Xbox, yeah.
Well, you
What
build
I'll do?
like
Oh, I have an idea. Build one laser tag
Oh, laser
store.
tag. Okay. How about one room for like a billiard table?
Yeah. Like,
You're speaking to the mic though.
oh yeah. Hi, Mike. No.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Mike.
My kids have some. Wike. And then, in order to do with the other half,
What?
I'd just save it until I was like, whoa, that looks so cool. Come and bring my money. Give that to me. That lovely thing. Get away from the garbage. Give my money back.
Okay. Yeah, talking nuts. Well, that I'll have to help you with some ideas for how to spend
Yeah.
your money. Yeah, yeah. Even you want to do anything for mom and dad?
Not how to.
What?
Kiri!
Hey! What's up? Wow. Okay. All right. I see how it is. Anybody?
Probably is like if I had $1 billion, well, I'd buy you John Merrick's remains. Oh, all them crazy elephant bones.
What's this?
John Merrick's remains. You know John
No.
Merrick's remains? Probably this is a song, I think. Hey, what do you mean by that?
Yeah. Come on, Norm.
no.
This is a deep one.
Yeah.
John.
Jared's asking.
Oh.
Jared's have the line. Is the coffee shop going to get super fast fiber optic internet now that they are putting the cables to Shenandoah?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it'll be running. I think by the sounds of things, I spoke to the CEO, and he said that they're going to run fiber optic to one of the schools in Senganga, kind of like complementary, I guess. And so, which means that both the schools run. All three schools are past our coffee shop, so the lines will go right past the coffee shop. Yeah, then I guess we would hop on fiber optic probably, but we don't really use the internet a lot at the coffee shop, like literally for nothing other than streaming Spotify and the security cameras. So we don't really utilize it that much. One thing I would like to do, but this will probably end up happening in Suva, is probably opening like a production studio where we would have like, podcast sets or a podcasting room and like a place to actually record
Yeah.
reels and do all that kind of stuff in a conference room and maybe like a space where like other creatives, other entrepreneurs could rent like small spots like office spaces off of us. Kind of like, a barbershop has like chairs that people can rent, do the same thing, but with little private rooms. So if people want to set up like recording studios or they need somewhere to operate their e-com businesses out of or whatever, that's like do something like that. But yeah, we don't really need it at the coffee shop. Yeah, but still pretty exciting. I didn't realize how vulnerable our internet all was, and I didn't really realize that TFL is the backbone for all the networks in Fiji, and that Digicel and Vodafone basically they buy data plans basically off of TFL, who supports the network, and then they resell that basically bandwidth to us, the final customers. And so obviously we are sponsored and we do post for Digicel because that's all that works in our village. And so yeah, I didn't realize that. I just always thought TFL was the landline number and the actual physical like Cat5 connection that comes out of the wall. I thought that was what TFL was. I didn't realize that like they are the backbone of like network providers in Fiji. So that's something new that I learned through TFL. Did anybody ask any questions today?
I didn't check.
Let me check.
Okay, normally says it's a bare naked ladies.
Oh,
song.
bare naked ladies. Okay, yeah.
John Merrick was the Elephant Man. They made a movie of it. Michael Jackson apparently bought the bones.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hey, Dad.
Now I know. Yeah.
What would you do if you did not have a house?
Oh wow. These are some good questions here. What would I do if I didn't have a house? Man, I don't know. Like we always say at night when we pray, we're pretty thankful for having a house, eh? Roof over our head and everything. Even though it's not like a fancy house, it's an awesome house, right? But Man, if I didn't have a house, that'd be like top of the priority list, like to build some sort of house, eh? Yeah. I don't know. I'd figure out a way to. Well, I have some chainsaws, so I'd probably just go and spend all my days ripping hardwood to build a house. That's what I would do for sure. That's, yeah. What would you do if you didn't have this house? Sleep over somewhere.
I would just call the soldier. Say, soldier, come and shoot down some trees.
Do you think they can shoot down trees?
Yeah, all this budget there. They'll shoot all the trees down. I'm resting. And then I'll order some, what do you call it? Like when they fan you, they bring you stuff.
7.
Yeah, I'll get some sevens.
Yeah.
Or relax.
Yeah.
When they're done, I'll say, get out of here, I need to do my work. I'll do my work until it's done. They'll come back and see. Woo!
One house.
Very messy.
Oh, tell him siapa? Oh no. Keringgit.
Oh no, underwear!
All right, we do have some questions here on Instagram. Do you think the Earth is really a globe? Maybe a flat Earth conspiracy theorist here. Yes, I do think the Earth is really a globe. Yeah, because if you spend enough time on the ocean, you look far out into the horizon. Say if you watch a ship go off into the distance, like a sailboat go off into the distance, the boat will disappear before the mast of the ship, which means that there must be a curvature, because otherwise the whole ship would just disappear at one time, or the whole boat. But as you look at, like, say islands in the distance and stuff like that, they actually, on really clear days, you will just see like more as you get closer, the bottom of the island will be slowly revealed. Yeah, yeah. I don't think the Earth is flat. I don't believe in the ice wall.
From Felice Rama. From Felice. What kind of coffee do you sell at the coffee shop? What do you mean by, like, the coffee beans or?
Yeah, so, dude, my back is so sore, man. I'm sorry. Oh. I don't know, since last week, my back has just been, like, on fire. Yeah, hit it. Get it. Oh, okay, that hurts so badly. We sell Bula coffee at the coffee shop. And so Bula Coffee is a local coffee company that was started by a gentleman named Luke Friat. And so he's in Singatoka. You can actually go visit Bula Coffee where they do all the processing and everything. And so, long story short, Luke came to Fiji originally, I believe, with an NGO that was trying to supply clean water to remote villages in Nandronga. As he was hiking up to these villages doing like his recon, he saw these trees, and they're all coffee trees. And he asked people, like, what do you do with all this like coffee, all these beans? And they said, we don't really have any use for them. We don't know what they're good for or what they're used for. And he said, it's coffee. And so he said, if you guys pick them, going down the line, he said, if you guys pick these beans, then I'll buy them. And so it's really like a no-loss situation, because the people who supply him with beans, they don't have to plant them, they don't have to weed them, they don't have to water them, they don't have to maintain these coffee trees. They just grow wild up in the Singatoka highlands in Nandronga. And so he basically sets up little like depots, and he comes and all the ladies who pick have like farmer numbers, and when they come, he just has all their IDs and like how much they've supplied to him over the years. And so he knows like who he's buying from, and then they just bring him all this wild coffee and he buys it from them, and then he roasts it, and then he processes it. So they bring him just like the raw bean, and so you have to like process that all down. So it's a blended coffee. It's got like I think it's Liberica, your Arabica, and your there's another bean. It's a 3 bean blend basically, and so it's Luke has just got a big grant from the government to be able to start nurseries, coffee plant nurseries, so that he can start these different plantations around Fiji with local farmers, so that he can kind of customize his roast so he could have like a Arabica blend coffee and have like specific beans. But at the moment, it's just a blend of wild coffee that's actually been taken to different like awards or different reviews, like coffee contests and stuff, and won some pretty high level awards. And so it's good stuff. And we love the story, and we love that it's local, and we're not serving crap secondhand or Australian coffee that a lot of places here serve. And so even though it might not be the most cost efficient, it is the story that we want to tell with the brand. So yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, one question from James. Eliki and Seva, which do you prefer, homeschool or primary school?
So this is from James. Hi, James. You can just be honest. Just say what's on your mind. But don't play for mic, others people hear that. What do you prefer? Do you prefer like going to primary school or homeschooling? You know, what's good about primary school and what's bad, and what's good or bad about homeschooling?
The bad thing is at homeschooling, I have to do push-ups and stuff. And the bad thing that is at primary school, that
You guys didn't get to do sports a lot, huh?
my teachers come and take one big stick and then I ask outside.
What?
No, they
Then
didn't.
I take one stick and then I ask outside.
Did they spank you? No.
Sketa.
What do you like about primary school? It's pretty good, huh?
That I play soccer. No, it's not soccer. Soccer.
What don't you like about primary school? Or did you like it?
Right, like what?
Like, did you like going to primary school
Yeah.
more than homeschooling?
Which one would you choose?
Yeah. What would you choose?
Homeschool.
Oh, okay. Why do you choose homeschooling?
Because when my friends come home.
Hold the mic up to your...
When my friends come home, I'm there already.
Oh.
Right.
Like when the kids come home from school? Yeah.
Because you is waka, is berber.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was... we felt like the kids could learn at a better pace. And yeah, we just felt like they weren't getting quite what they needed from the public school system. I mean, so like it's not the fault of any one person. Everybody does what they as best as they can do, I believe. But yeah, there were just some things that we felt like we needed to kind of get them up to speed with. And Eliki is like super, super smart. He catches on to things very, very quickly. And so, yeah, his teacher had said like, you're not smart enough to read until next year or something like that. And that was like, we weren't on board for that because we knew that, you know, you should be encouraged as a child. And like, if you feel like you can do something or you want to do something, then you should do something, right? Right? Yeah. And yeah, Seva is obviously younger, but he just needs some extra attention. And he was in kindy for a long time, and he still came out without knowing his ABCs and 1, 2, 3s and stuff like that. So, yeah, as a parent, like it's not school is not just a place to, like hand off your kids so that you can go and do your things that you need as a parent. And a lot of times, like, we fell into that trap where it was like, okay, it's easier just to drop the kids off and then we can have our day to do things and basically treat it like a daycare. But at a certain point, you have to take your kids' well-being and future into your hands. And so it's not the job of the school system to raise our kids. And so there might be a time where we send them back to school once we feel like we've gotten them up to speed. But for now, I think this is the best thing for everybody. It's not easy though, because it takes a lot of time for staff, especially. And it's been hard for her because like this is not like her forte or like gift, although she's really really good at it. But it just takes a lot out of her, and so some people are like really gifted at teaching. They have that patience, and that's like their passion. But I think what's hard for Steph is although she like loves it and she does as best as she can, like when it comes time to like get back to work, she finds it hard to get back into the rhythm of like entrepreneurship and running the businesses because like the homeschooling does take a lot out of her. So yeah. What?
It smells like Durbuka.
What? What does?
You smell like durga.
Your bum does.
Kids.
Vijay says, Vijay is replying to your previous answer. The new Godzilla movie says that Earth is hollow.
Oh yeah, right? I know. There's all sorts of theories out there. I don't really think that much about it. And most people wouldn't like my opinions on
Yeah.
climate change and stuff like that.
From Jared.
Okay, yeah, give it to me. That's why we do this, so you guys can ask questions.
Yeah.
If you guys don't ask questions, we're just going to answer all Jared's questions. So.
Would you consider growing coffee on your farm, or
Oh,
is
yeah.
it too dry to grow coffee there?
No, we would. We probably will, because that is something that would align very well with our brand and the business that we're in. And so, yeah, we're in conversations with Luke to be doing that actually. So, I bet we'll do some of that in the future. So we can have like our own roast that's like planted and harvested on our farm.
Second question. Would you consider... Oh, okay, sorry. What other high-value crops have you considered growing on the farm?
Well, sandalwood. And we planted a few thousand of them, but they all got destroyed in Yasa. And so we're just working to redo that again. But what that made us realize was that like farming is very susceptible to weather and drought and thieves and, ill-hearted individuals. And so we need to protect ourselves from that by diversifying a little bit. And so that's kind of why we started the coffee shop and the media business, which allows us to kind of be a bit more not so reliant on the farm. And so we will, get back to doing that. It's just kind of like a little side mission here for a little while. Yeah.
Why did you start the coffee shop?
Oh,
Good question.
that's a good question. You actually don't know why? Yeah. Okay. Well, we were supposed to start a different business out of the coffee shop. And we ordered some machinery from India. And when it got here, it didn't work. And me and Mom spent a long time trying to get the machines working. And then we had already renovated that space, assuming that we could start that business with those machines. And so we were paying rent. We'd put money into the renovation. And so we're like, well, what can we do? Like, there's these people that we want to employ, and we need to do something with the space. So we decided to do the coffee shop because we thought like, oh, it's really hard to find like a good coffee here and a coffee in the style that we like. Because like, all the cold coffees that come, like if you get an iced latte, half the time it's just like chocolate ice cream with like a shot of coffee. It's basically ice cream, right? But like when we make an iced latte, it's milk with espresso and ice cubes. It's not with ice cream, right? And so whether that's American or Canadian or Australian or whatever, that's the kind of, it's not just sweet stuff, right? And so we wanted to start a coffee shop that had the coffee and drinks that we liked. And so that's why we started the coffee shop. It wasn't the original plan, but that's just kind of where it went. Does that make sense?
Plan was to build a farm.
To build a farm?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the plan, yeah.
Oh, I have a good question. Would you rather have the coffee shop or the farm?
Well, that depends because the farm is. Would I rather have the coffee shop or the farm? Well, like the point of like us being here is to how can I answer this so that you understand? I want to answer it so that you understand, right? I came here because lots of people in the village they leave because there's no work here, right? And every time somebody leaves, like a little piece of the village leaves with them, right? Like like when some of the kids go to like school in Suva and stuff like that, like we miss them, right? And yeah, like sometimes it changes, right? And so that's not wrong, but there's just not many places to work here, right? And so my intention or my purpose was to be able to give people a place to work. And when we planted all the stuff on the farm and then the hurricane came and took it all away, I was like, whoa, there goes all the money, you know? And so
Say, what would you pick?
what would I pick?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Dude,
yeah.
wait.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. Well, if I had more like startup capital, then I'd pick the farm, I guess, because it's more in line with what I want to do. Because the purpose was to use this land, is to use the land, and so we were like, oh, we can probably make some money doing this other thing in the coffee shop, so that we can take that money and put it back to the farm, right? So I don't know how to answer your question really.
You know what I would pick?
What?
I would pick the coffee shop.
Why?
There's pizza, juice,
Yeah,
one, $200. There's lambasa, there's some savu, there's depo.
Why? That's the places you'd open your coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my
Oh no, karinge.
yeah. I don't know what I would choose. The farm is hard because it's a hard place to like. You need a lot of money if you're gonna employ like lots of people, and so yeah, we're gonna do it the backwards way. We're gonna open up a place where the farm can sell all the stuff that we grow on the farm in the place. You know what I mean? Because with the farm, I have to like plant it and then I have to go sell it to people who want to give me a really bad price. So now the plan is to control everything from the planting to the selling so that I can get the most money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Good question.
Okay, one question from Domoni, and I'll read Jared's question later on. Would the boys want to go back to Canada once they've grown up?
When you grow up, you want to move back to Canada? You don't have to like feel like you don't have to choose one or the other. You can choose to spend some time both places.
I just have too many friends.
Here?
No, like in Canada and here.
Oh.
Like I have friends at Canada and have friends here.
But you don't have to choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole thing. You can be here and you can be there. You can come
They're
here
the
sometime.
same.
Oh, they're different, but like the world is small now. You can fly here, then you can fly to Canada. But where do you think you want to grow up? When you grow up, where do you think you want to go?
Oh no, karinge.
You can't decide.
It's hard.
Why? Eh.
It's okay. Here.
Yeah.
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 It's a hard question to answer.
Question is from somebody. Any regrets so far?
Dad and you?
Me? Both. I miss things about Canada and I like it in the village, right? Canada I miss because there's a lot of memories there and a lot of things that I like to do there that I don't get to do here. And so because we've committed ourselves so much to business, like I would love to have a boat so that I can just go fishing whenever I want to, but that takes money, right? And so I bet if if I had a boat and I can go out whenever I want and take you with me, because the thing is, last time I go fishing with my friends, right? And a lot of times, like, we go to places and it's not the easiest to like take you with me. You know what I mean? And so, but I would love to have a boat so that we could just go out every weekend. You know what I mean? That'd be the best, eh? Because like in Canada, we used to go fly fishing, we used to go camping. I had my boat there, right? And then we had the truck with all the tents and all the camping gear and everything, right? And then we go out and go to the boat. We had the jet ski, remember? And we sold it all. We came here and then we bought a tractor, right? Well, everybody.
But everybody, look what's on his phone.
Ew.
Some fresh poop.
Some fresh poop.
Yuck. Aw.
Yeah, question. Any regrets so far?
Oh.
Question is, you want to eat poop?
Nice.
Yuck.
I
I don't know what's kids and being so obsessed with poop. It's really weird. Why do you...
Poop kay dalangam.
See, this is the thing I don't understand about kids. Any regrets so far?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not really.
Oh, makan.
No. I don't regret.
Oh, yeah.
Really, I think people... I think people regret things because they feel... Because they've accepted the fact that, like, they can't learn from a situation. I talked to the girls at the coffee shop about this. I think that's what I think regret is. I think the feeling of regret feels like comes from the feeling of going through something and acting in a way that you feel you can't learn from, and like because the opposite or to go through the same experience and not call it regret would be calling it like a learning experience. And so if you go through something, you feel like you didn't learn anything from it, and if you went through it again, you couldn't change the outcome, like that would be a regrettable thing. Yeah, I could be wrong on that, I guess, but I look at like opportunities for regret, and I just look at them as learning opportunities because I don't really know what good regret does in our lives. It just kind of makes us depressed, and I'm like, I wish I could do it different. I just am like, I know I would do it different. I would do it differently next time in this way. And so I guess that's regret, but it's not like something that I am sad about eternally because I know that given the chance to do it again, I would just do it different. And I feel like people who regret are like, I could never do it differently. And they take no learnings from that experience. How much do you sell your beans for? $2 a bundle is what we sell our beans for. And the bundles are like probably as big as your wrist. Yeah. Yeah. As big as your wrist. That's a $2 bundle in Singanga. Well, that's not a $2 bundle in Singanga. That's more like a $3 or $4 bundle, but I sell them for $2 because, like I said, I'm not interested in like them sitting there for a long time. I'm interested in moving the stock so people know that like there's a high value in what we sell, and just to so that I don't have to like sit on these beans for a long time. I don't have to take them to a middleman who's going to give me $2 for them anyways, and then he's going to sell them. I'll just sell them myself, and people know that, oh, the stuff that he sells is very high quality and very affordable, and it's produced well and looked after. What do you think? Do you think the beans are worth it? Like, do you think the bundle is too big or too small?
Too small.
It's too small?
Yeah.
Oh, you make them bigger?
Yeah.
But they're only $2.
Yeah. But when I hold it, it's like as big as this.
You think it needs to be bigger?
Yeah.
Oh. Based on what? Have you compared it to other things in the market?
I don't know.
That's the only way that you can actually say it needs to be more or less is, see, the thing is, people will tell you if your product is worth it with their money,
Yeah.
right? So if you charge too much, people just won't buy what you sell. If you charge too little, it'll just be gone right away, right? So you have to charge an amount that people think is worth it, right? You know what I'm saying? So if it's too small, like you're saying it's too small,
Yeah.
but that means people won't buy it. But people are buying it.
Really?
Yeah. All the beans I took there before they're sold. Okay, go blow your nose.
Yeah, Mike. No.
And Liki, can you ask Mom for a Tylenol? For me. Where do you see yourself as an entrepreneur in the next 5 years? Where do I see myself as an entrepreneur in the next 5 years? Man, I suppose I see us with a farm that probably has a lot of different things that we're supplying to our retail locations across Fiji, and the coffee shop to be in many different locations across the nation, and to be available to you guys in Viti Levu. And so, yeah, and with the media company, I'd probably see us having several employees, specializing in different like photography and videography and different editing and stuff like that, and probably the Waka brand, I hope one day will be a brand that when people think of Fiji, when people think of the South Pacific, that they think of us. And our content is consumed because people are curious about Fiji. And so my interest with the brand is to bring value to our nation and to our region in the South Pacific. And so I don't think that there are some really awesome entrepreneurs out there who are doing that right now. There are a couple businesses that have done that in the past, such as Fiji Water. But I think Fiji has a lot to offer, and we have a long ways to go just on like not just what we offer, but also like refining the things that we already do have, like our customer service and stuff like that. Obviously, we're friendly and we're known for being very, very happy, but I think there's a lot of comparisons that people make to other places in the world. And whether those comparisons, like say people like compare us to Bali or something like that, whether or not that's justified, like we need to tell people why we are what we are and why we're valued, why we believe that we're valued in this way. Because like when it comes to tourism and stuff like that, a lot of people think that Fiji is just overpriced and they can go to other places and get the beaches and the customer service for a much lesser price. But that's simply because I don't think that Fiji's marketed a lot of times in the right way. And so we have a very unique product, we have a very unique culture, and I just think we need to tell the story in a different way. And so yeah, within 5 years I'd hope that our brand is solidified, like solid like top 5 in the nation for sure. And yeah, because that'll be bringing us close to 2031, which is the year where we're supposed to be on the front of the Flying Fijians jersey. So because 2031 World Cup, we should be the main sponsor for the team. So that's the plan. And so whatever it takes to do that, that's just kind of like my, what do you say? My worldly goal, I guess you could say something, would be that we're on the front of the Flying Fijians jersey. And so I think we got the right partners right now that are going to get us to that point. And so, yeah, we're excited. We're very excited.
From Ben Rock Diva, Bula from Canada, Vancouver, Canada. you're watching right now, originally from Urata, Sabu-Sabu.
Chichi.
Watching with my wife, Salisini, Wakamino. Bula.
Thank you guys. Originally from Urata. Man, it's such a. I don't know. Like, that is such a beautiful village. Like,
Yeah, bro.
that's got to be. Man, one of the prettiest, most accessible, easily accessible villages
know,
in
right?
Fiji. Yeah, yeah. Like, there's even a waterfall there, isn't there? That people, because I saw there's a huge
Oh,
cruise
that's
ship
true.
last time we were in Sabu, and there was a bunch of the Vishnu buses parked outside the village with all these tourists, and I think on the outside of the bus, like, because they're all chartered, right, for the cruise people,
Yeah.
like their excursion. I think it said like Kurata waterfall experience or something.
Oh, really?
And so, like, if you guys have a waterfall,
I have no idea.
I just feel like it is like the amount of like marketing and like tourism opportunities that Urata has because it's right on the water like
Right,
that. Man, it's just like
And they have the
begging for it.
The cafe up there.
They have the cafe. You have the cafe on top now. You got the ocean right on the seaside there. Like, I mean,
The secret beach.
yeah. Like, man,
Hey, I don't know, Ben.
There's
Did you
so-
watch a previous vlog that we did? We went to your village.
yeah, we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
so sick, awesome,
To check
awesome
the-
people.
Almost took that pig.
Yeah, Turan Nibusa. Yeah, we met him. And once again, guys, today is brought to you guys by Radar Tires. Hamza, we are very grateful to be, like, he's been the longest, him and his family have been the longest supporters of the Waka brand and what we're doing in Fiji. And so they own A. Hussein Group of Companies, which is Global Steel, Global Warehouse, Global Machinery, A. Hussein, and we're just, they've been very supportive. It's been very important to us to have a hardware sponsor for what we do on the farm and stuff like that. And then they started importing these awesome farm track tractors and the Shaktiman equipment, and they've been doing these Radar tires for a long time. So I spoke to Hamza and he hooked me up with these tires. And so far, so good. I've smashed a few big potholes on the way to Subsabu and nothing every time. Yeah, because I've done it before. I come home with flat tires, but so far, so good. And they've been real quiet on the road, and we just loved them. So if you guys need a good set of tires, these are the Renegade All-Terrain Sport, I believe. And yeah, super good tire.
Yeah, he's saying like they do have a waterfall.
Okay.
And that Urata Luka Cafe is run by the family
Yeah.
members.
So you guys got so much going for you there. It's just,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And like, I wonder if there's some sort of like Billy experience that you could do.
Do they have those Bilibilis too, eh?
Like,
Those
Yeah.
wicked Bilibilis.
like if you could just do like an, maybe like a 1 hour thing where like the tourists could come and like one of the ladies would take them on a Billy, like, you know, life vest and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
but take them handline fishing. Dude,
It'd be so cool, eh?
that'd be so cool
I know. Right up.
because like you always catch something when you're handline fishing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe just make it like a 2 or 3 hour thing, maybe. And like you take those fish, you go smoke it. Like they have like a
Right.
spot, you know, set up. Like you did that in the right way. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's right beside the highway, so people can just drive to you. You just go out and Billy. Like,
Yeah.
man, there's like so many ocean activities, like kayaking.
Yeah.
Because tourists are super down for like
Anything.
long kind of exercise type things, like the Singatoka River safari thing. So like even if you guys had like some like nice ocean kayaks to go around the edge of the bay to where we went fishing there, like it, because that would probably take about an hour and a half
What?
to get there, like by kayak. Not even.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Not maybe half an hour. Not even. But like even if it was somebody slow and it took that long, you feel very remote
Yeah.
when you get around that corner, right? Like
Just
you
from there to that corner, fish,
I know people like yeah,
come back again.
boy. But like even okay, if you have one Billy experience, then you have like one like ocean kayaking experience where like, cause I have friends like for the honeymoon they went on a 7-day kayaking excursion in Vancouver Island, and so it's like 7 days on a kayak and you just camp. You're like
Kayak,
3.5 days up
camp.
through the islands and then 3.5 days back, and that's what people do for fun. And so if you had like one where it's like a few hours, and like have like nice long kayaks that are fast in the water and stuff like that, and just go out to those beaches, like hang out on the beach and just relax, and then like come back. Boy, like people would pay money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
For sure.
Normally says we used to have an annual Bilibili race in Singapore.
Oh, really? Oh, like down the river?
Yeah, I guess so.
Sick. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of stuff like that, I feel like, in Fiji. Like, more like cultural competitions like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like whether it's like sailing competition with like our traditional boats or bilibili races or whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Ben. He's just saying like his wife used to love watching, loves watching
Yeah.
Licky and Seven. And the mom is from Waitonga, but Vasuni Tavuni.
Thank you. Thank you guys for the support.
Yeah, we'll be going to Tavuni.
Yeah, we will be going to
Very
Tabiuni in a few weeks, I think. Yeah, a few weeks we'll be there for a few days, so.
Next week,
No.
is it?
No, because Steph's parents don't get here till...
Wednesday?
Oh, maybe it is next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Sorry, keep the question coming. Now you got my
Yeah,
question
like,
in my...
Can you do a shout out to our Vancouver Canucks fans for the second round this Friday, especially to my wife Salseni Wakamino, who is the biggest Canucks fan.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've honestly ever met like a Itoke like hockey fan in my life. So shout out to Salaseni for supporting the Canucks. Go Canucks.
Crazy.
That's funny. Who are the Canucks? I haven't been following NHL at all. So who are they in the second round with?
Singapore also converted abandoned rails into a thing called eco tracks for tourists. This is normally
Abandoned.
rails.
Oh yeah, right.
You've
Back
seen
in the
that?
days, yeah. But I don't think it's ready anymore.
What?
I don't think so. Yes, like the old sugarcane tracks, the steamer line. Yes.
I'm gonna go back and read
Okay, I got a couple questions here.
Jared's question. Was the machinery from India poor quality, badly designed, or they supplied something different?
Yeah, badly designed. Not poor quality, poor design, and poor customer service from the company. They had a really great website and good like pre-sales, but their post-sales service was horrible. And yeah, man, shocking. But sometimes you learn the hard way, and I guess I guess I could regret that experience because it cost us a lot of money and heaps of time. And but like what I did different, I was just like, oh, okay, this is a learning opportunity. Not because I was like, oh, this is a learning opportunity. It was like, well, if I'm going to do this again, I need to do different. So I actually went to India the second time, visited different factories and bought the machinery. And this machinery is much better. And we'll be utilizing it in our next location that we open for the coffee shop. So, yeah.
Another question from Jared.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Oh, do you think there is a market for more budget targeted adventure tourism to bring more tourists to remote areas of Fiji rather than the expensive resorts?
Who is this from?
Sutherland.
Oh, okay. Ask the question again. It's a good question.
Do you think there is a market for more budget targeted adventure tourism to bring more tourists to remote areas of Fiji rather than the expensive resorts?
100%. 100%. I definitely like that is such a great realization. If that is a realization or conviction that you've had, yes. I think that Fiji is still like, because if you've had the opportunity to travel to different places, I haven't been to Bali and like Southeast Asia. That's where a lot of like Australians and things go because it's close to them. But I have been to Mexico and Europe and stuff like that. And Fiji is very much like I always say it's like a create your own holiday destination. It's very unrefined unless you stay on the Coral Coast or in Denarau. there's not like a million reviews that you can go see when you get to a place. Like, say you come here, you go to Khorasan. Actually, I wish I could take that back. You go somewhere in Soso, okay? I can't say. There's lots of other options, all right?
Yeah.
There's just not. If you want to find like other, like a lot of people come to places like Fiji and they want to do excursions, they want to do other things,
Yeah.
but there's not a lot of like guidance, and you're already out of your comfort zone if you're a Kaibalangi person coming to Fiji and you've never been here before. When you go to Mexico and you go to the place, get to the hotel, you have an appointment with their, what do you call it? Like their excursions personnel. And they tell you about all the different excursions that they offer and like what times and like when you're going to get picked up, and you like plan out your, like if you go for like 5-day holiday at a resort, you get it all planned out, and they'll call your room and like remind you in the morning, this is what's happening. And it's very, very black and white and really easy to trust the system. But in Fiji, it's a lot more like, yeah, don't worry, like we'll find you a taxi, like, random guy pulls up and you're like, I don't know, like, where do we go eat in Sabu? It's like, well, there's like 2 places, not very good. There's not just a lot of confidence in the system. And so I think Fiji's a great place still for like young, adventurous, like backpacking type couples. And there obviously is the service scene there for like the high-end 5-star, like the Denarau, Coral Coast, Kokomo, Laucala, like experience that is very, very bespoke, very, very looked after, and one of a kind. But the majority of places in Fiji don't offer, for what people pay, they don't offer the value that people expect from these locations. And so I think that there's a huge opportunity for people. Like there was like maybe 10 years ago now in Canada, there was this big like side hustle thing that came out. Everybody all of a sudden had a side hustle. It was like called the gig economy. And so you'd have your full-time job, but then you'd have some gig on the side. And I think there's a lot of opportunity in Fiji for young, driven, or just people who are willing to start a gig and market it just a little bit even. So there's heaps of opportunity for things in Sabsavu for people to start little like adventure type businesses. Like, I mean, like we just said, like somebody could start like a kayaking thing. Like you're already in the Sabsavu Bay. So you could start from Urata and you could kayak your way all the way up the Wailehu coast, right up into the Wainunu Passage, like go all the way to Nambualu and then come back. Like people would legit pay for that, like pay a lot of money. And like if you're like a Nitauke person, you can just go do your Sebu and like line it up with different villages and like have different camps along the way. Yeah. Man, people would pay so much money for something like that. Or a little like 2 or 3 hour Bilimbili Tatabu like adventure, right? But can't tell you how many times we've been in Sabsavu when we see these kind of like lost looking tourists like walk into a restaurant and they're like, is the food good here? And we're like, oh, okay, come here, like where are you guys from, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, we just spent the last week at like Castaway Island. And I'm like, oh shoot, like you guys just came from like a very good place, and to come here, it's like I feel sorry for you because you guys are like the 5-star all-inclusive type of family, and this is very much like a backpacker type of situation. And so I'm talking about like Vanuatu a lot, but that's just where we're from. But whether you're Indo-Fijian or Itauke, like there's a huge opportunity for like tourism gigs. And so like small businesses that are marketed properly, because there's not a lot of competition. Whether it's something as simple as like a taxis and tours company. Like if you know people that do the gigs and you just start up a tour company so that you don't need to get the taxi license, but you have a car and you have all the contacts and you can go just launch a website that has all these different. You promote other people's businesses, but your business connects like the people with the money to the business, and you charge for that service. I mean, there's so many opportunities with that. I think. Can people not hear me?
Yeah.
I'm flashing. That thing? Really? So can people not hear me ever again?
Wait. Can you guys? I think they'll hear this. Yeah, they're picking up this.
You guys can hear that now?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah?
yeah, all good now.
But they're gonna hear the rain.
They said they're all good now.
Okay. So where did we leave off? What was the last thing that you guys heard? I've been ranting. They're like, I can't.
Yeah, that the tourist. You talking about it?
Yeah, I just think there's a heap of opportunity. Itoke, Indo-Fijian, whatever you are. There's a lot of opportunity for the gig tourism economy in Fiji because people come here and they don't know what to do and they're not guided very well. I mean, you have basically like rosy tours, and I'm pretty sure like somewhere in the range of like 80 to 95% of the tourists who come into Fiji are engaged with rosy tours. And so that just shows you like how much opportunity there is for people to connect tourists with adventures or with I keep forgetting the word. What are we talking about? Excursions. Yeah. So I just think like yeah, and that's where I was. We always market the blue sandy beach with the turquoise, or yeah, the blue water and this like the white sand beach, but a lot of Fiji is not white sand beach. As many of you know, a lot of Fiji is rocky. It's like Wailoloa with dark sand and corally, like cut your feet up. There's that's why the Asawas and the Mamanudas do very, very well on the Coral Coast, is because it has that white sand. But how about all the jungle? How about the Naitasiri Highlands? How about, all the people who farm and like their beautiful like rivers that flow through their properties and not just the ocean. How about the jungle experience? How about the river floats and stuff that the jungle hikes that you can go on, like here's how to set a pig trap, like dude, people would freak out about this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like come to our farm and we're gonna like go pull cassava, pull ndalo, pick some watercress or roro, and we're gonna come back and cook it. We're gonna do some fishing, like in the river.
Yeah.
Boy, if people would pay such big money for that,
Yeah.
like whether or not you catch fish or whatever, but like just to like, go up to a Fijian farm up in the jungle and experience that, man, people would love that. It's just like people need help, I think, with the ideas maybe, and then the marketing. And so, yeah, I think like we could build a website that would connect people with these different opportunities. But all these people would have to be vetted and make sure that they offer like a good product. Yeah, but like I would love to build a platform where people could market their excursions, because like I do feel like we only focus on the ocean and we don't focus on like the inland areas. Yeah.
Normally say off the beaten path, authentic Fijian experience.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, Fiji isn't Hawaii, and Fiji isn't Bali, and Fiji isn't Mexico, and it's not those places for all the right reasons. But it's not marketed in a way that people come here and they feel like they know that. A lot of people get here and they're like, "Oh, I'll come. That was fun, but it was expensive. I probably wouldn't go back." I know people that have said that to me. And so I think we need to also bank on the word of mouth. and word of mouth gets you like repeat customers, and it gets you like the friends of those customers. And in business, like the best type of marketing is like the word of mouth marketing, because you get customers who are already vetted because they already talked to somebody they trust who has said that like you have a good product, and so when they come to you, they're ready to spend money. And I just feel like when people come to Fiji, they don't leave with that really sweet taste in their mouth. They leave with like that was expensive, and it was kind of frustrating because we already know how bad we all are at communication, and so when you leave a place like this, you're just kind of like, yeah, it was good, it was something different, but yeah, I probably wouldn't do it a second time, which is not good.
It's from Nia. Fiji has a lot to offer, and what you have suggested is really empowering for villagers to invest into. Looking up activities into the jungle, like hiking or trekking or anything that excites our tourists.
Oh yeah. Like you put the word hiking and trekking together, those two words, those are such buzzwords for people. Like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like even here we have like trails and like stuff up in the mountain, like just to go to these different farms. But like if we took people up here, like, you know, and you market it properly, like, you know, like it's gonna be like a hot and like, you know, sweaty, muddy hike, but like this is the authentic Fiji, and like you're gonna see something that most people are never gonna see, you know, and like just be like real about it, and like just show people like through video and pictures what they're gonna experience, you know. Like so many people are down for this, but I think just like a lot of us here at Fiji, we think that like Kaibalangi people, they just want to stay clean and they don't want like crazy epic fun, like, you know, out in the bush. But like a lot of people, they thirst for that. I have a friend, Mike, and he runs a company called Immersion Fiji, and one of his most popular packages is the remote, what is it called? I don't know exactly how they market it as. I wish Mike was on here so he could just say it. But
what do? They go into the jungle?
What is it called? Package deals. Wait. 3-star resort. Yeah, so they basically, it's their off-grid package. That's what it is. They're off-grid packages. And so they, like, people will fly in and he takes care of, like, you know, organizing the accommodation and everything like that. Usually like one night when you come in, and then the rest of the time you go out, you live in like I think it's like a house that's off the side of a village, but it's like a remote kind of like bush kind of house, and you go way like hour and some drive in the boat to this really remote location. You like drop off your stuff, and then you fish for like 3 or 4 days out in the middle of nowhere, and you just rough it. And people pay thousands and thousands of dollars for that experience. Yeah, like, but like, there's not a 5-star. These are people who come with tens of thousands of dollars to spend, and they spend it on roughing it. And they just want to like dive with the fish and like live, like sleep on the floor on like a mattress. Like it's not fancy. But the best experiences that people leave with are always those off grid.
We always think like, you know, they come for the beaches.
And some do, but no. Yeah.
A lot of people would prefer this.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of stories.
And that's where you like really get to know people, right?
Yeah.
And like Mike's obviously already like a really likable guy, but like that's where you like really get to know people, right?
Yeah.
And you have like good conversations, sit by the fire, you know, like eat fish and drink yangkona, and like you really feel like you connect with the culture. And like you can go to resorts, you can see the fire dances and the kava ceremonies, but like you know that it's a bit like, you know that it's a bit manufactured. And so there's just something like plastic authentic Fiji. And raw. Yeah, plastic Fiji. Yeah, right. Yeah, you pay with plastic and you get plastic, right? Yeah. But I think there's a huge. The thing is, you can't offer like a raw Fiji experience and not communicate properly and not advertise properly and market properly. You have to do all those things like to a 5-star level, then offer like the 1-star Fiji. basically. And so we need to figure out how to market, in like a 5-star way, and treat in a 5-star way. And you can charge 5-star prices for like a bush kind of experience, because people will pay thousands, tens of thousands of dollars to go and sleep on a floor in a house that they don't know, and eat fish that's cooked on the fire, and have this like once in a lifetime kind of experience.
That'd be the best experience.
Dude,
Yeah.
if people pay, man, they pay
Yeah.
big money.
Yeah.
Big money.
Here's a question from Wanga. Pulasia. How
Okay.
would you handle or mitigate the risks around these investments? For instance, taking people to remote places, health, security, insurance, etc. Knowing that one bad incident can break the bank or the business.
Right. Well, I mean, I think, to my knowledge, like my friend, you just signed a waiver. You signed a waiver that basically, if anything happens, like it's on you. Like we need proof of health insurance, before you come on this trip.
Yeah.
Which is all pretty simple to do.
Yeah.
And like you provide your proof of health insurance, and then you sign I state that like everything that I provided is true, like in your waiver. And so I think that that'd be nice. Like if there was people who were interested in doing this, like I don't even know how I'd do it, but I would love to be able to draft. I don't want to be liable for whatever, but like I think a lot of these things, like questions like that's from Wonka.
Yeah, Wanga.
Yeah, like I would love to be able to assist people in drafting those with like an actual lawyer, so that people can, or even talking to my friend Mike. I mean, like he's not a person who's like, oh, I want to hide everything I do, but like to find templates of these kind of documents so that we can like give them to people, so people can go start their own businesses and like have these documents that like safeguard you, because like the investment might be only like 5 kayaks, which is still a big investment. There still might be $10,000, but like you might be able to charge like $500 for 3 hours. Like I'm just saying for people in Urrata or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like you might make like $2,000 in an afternoon, and so like the $10,000 spend isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And if you have the right waivers in place, and like you have the safety equipment, and you make sure that people know how to use it, like I wouldn't be that worried about it. Yeah.
It's from Journey. Insurance is the biggest hurdle.
Yeah, insurance is a hurdle. But like if there was people who are actually interested in doing these kinds of businesses, like let me know. You can just email me at businessops@wakafarms.com if you're actually interested in doing something like this, and then I can see how we can help people like with insurance and stuff like that, because there are different insurance providers in Fiji, such as like Tower, Fiji Care, Life Insurance Corporation of India, Sun Insurance, and I'm sure I can even talk to my friend Mike and just see like what kind of insurance he has for his own business, that we could connect people with. But yeah, businessops@wakafarms.com.
From Sabulan, most tourists have travel insurance, and waivers should be signed for riskier endeavors. But also contingencies should be in place, as you can go bush, but you don't have to go primitive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Normally, I want to go primitive and get bitten by an authentic Fijian kutu.
Yeah, because I guess like what if you go out on none of these and then somebody like rest their head on like a dandakulati or something like this, right?
Yeah.
Like they get bit by a snake, you have to get them out, right?
Yeah.
So
me again, I believe there needs to be a workshop or seminar that can be offered to villages or people on how they can invest into using resources around them to make tourist attractions business. A seminar to the Ita, especially in the islands, on how to run a business.
yeah, and I think like that's a good idea. There are so many workshops though that come to our villages, and like what do you call them? Awareness. Awareness. Oh my God. Falling asleep. You said awareness? Yeah, and I think that maybe there is no other way to do it though, other than to have these like awareness campaigns. But like, at the end of the day, like you need buy-in from like the right people, and I don't think it's good for this to be like, I don't know. It seems fairly evident to me that like in the majority of times, like the communal operation of a business is not a good thing unless it's like a trust. Like one of these ones I saw just in Suva. I think with the Tui Suva, like one of these big matangkalis or these yavusas that have trust and they own real estate and stuff like that. Like those seem to operate well most of the time. But I think this is more of a thing for like driven individuals to reach out and like to be able to access the funding, I guess, as well is another difficulty. But like so many of the most successful people in the world came from nothing. And so if you're if you're a person who, wants to do something like this, like, buy a few kayaks or, cut a trail and like have people come and like pull some dalo and take the leaves, go catch some fish, or at least fish and try to catch something, and then come back to the house and have like an authentic meal, and that's like your authentic Fiji experience. Like that doesn't take money, right? I mean, yeah, buying like if you say do the kayaks, but like you can also do bili, right? Like the way that if I'm like a kid in the village and I'm like sitting in Hurata and I want to start like a tourism thing, I would probably go and print out a few posters and come up with an idea of like what you want people to experience, right? So bili fishing with my mom, and then I'm gonna go on the side of the bay and like prepare the fire and like the nice place, clean place for everybody to sit down, cut the leaves, and and then she's gonna, and also bring like some backup fish or something like that, right? Then they'll come on the bili to the place, and then we'll tabu the fish there, enjoy lunch together, and have a couple chilled beers, just for, that's a great experience for people, right? Ocean and a cold beer. And then like mom will take them back, and then I'll call the taxi, and then the taxi will be waiting for them there if they want to come and like shower at home, whatever, right? And they can go back. Slowly save your money, you get a few kayaks, right? And then you do keep offering the bili thing, but then you can do like the long multi-hour kayak excursions, right? And then after time, then you can start going up the coast, Like there's ways to like start something from very little, right?
Teaching them how to like make those baskets, like coconut
Yeah,
baskets.
all that stuff.
And they put their food there.
Dude, yeah. We just dreamt up a business.
Yeah.
This is some kid who's gonna like start this business.
Yeah, exactly, man.
But like you don't have to, like everybody says like, oh, funding, and like there's businesses that you can start with no funding. That's what we did with our cleaning company. And we needed to buy like the basic cleaning supplies and stuff like that. But like even people are like, oh, you need vacuums, like high quality HEPA filter vacuums. And it's like, no, actually, you can just tell your clients that they have to provide their own vacuum. And that's what we do. And so we clean multi-million-dollar homes, and we don't even own vacuums. It's just one less thing for us to have to maintenance. And most people have vacuums in their house. Surprise, surprise. You have a multi-million-dollar house, you probably have a vacuum. And it's probably built into the house. And they don't actually want us to bring other people's vacuums, because you bring other people's cat hair, dog hair, and contaminants from their home. And so like there's ways to do business that you can work your way around funding issues. And so we started that business, and now it runs remotely. Now we're here doing other businesses. And so we've done it all without using funding from the bank. I'm not saying that's the best way. We could probably be in a very vastly different place if we were a lot more, we were less like debt averse. But it's taken me a long time, and now at a place where like I don't mind being in debt for business. But I wasn't in that place when I was a young guy. And so, but for anybody who like can't go to FDB and get a loan, or there isn't a loan available, like you can start in a way that like doesn't require all the, a $10,000 or $20,000 loan with interest. You can do it in a way that's like, free. I think, yeah.
Awesome. Good.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see who.
Yeah, this is from Jenny again. Boa is being mentioned to be the future international airport. All these ideas of small adventure tours will be really good to start now. before the big tours come in and take over all the resources. Just saying, but it's good competition.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, people always like wait and wait, until like the right opportunity. I'll wait for the airport to come and this and that. But like, I say my friend Mike, like he started his charter company, and he already had the boat, but he was like, there's this experience I'd love to offer to other people, and so people now fly to Sabu just to do his thing, and then they leave, and so we don't need those kind of things because we've been waiting on that for so long in Vanuatu, and so who knows if it's actually going to come. You can start right now, and I'm telling you that, like, there is a big advantage in being first in the market, for sure. And like the cool thing is that like if you set it up and somebody else comes into town, they might just want to buy everything off of you, and then you win anyways. So yeah. But yeah, I think that Bua is not a good place for the airport. I think Senganga is much better. Yeah. What about the baby?
From Journey again. Was watching your video on the Pathfinder camp,
Oh yeah.
and I was wondering, did you manage to get a good return on all the services you provided that week?
No. We lost a few grand on that whole operation because we didn't end up getting any power supplied to us. There was really two things. We had to run our generators the whole week because it was very limited time, because we were told that we were going to have constant power supply, and we were told that we were going to be the only vendors on site, and so we really committed to their word, and so we stocked and committed, staffing wise, to having, which meant like, there was a couple of us that slept there all night, and so we had to pay for that, so that because we had this open store that people could just like reach their hand in and take something. So we were staffed all night, and we were told there's going to be a closed camp that students, once they were in, they weren't allowed to like cross the road, and it was going to be like adults could go in and out, but students could not leave, or the Pathfinders. And so we thought like we'd have basically a monopoly on the thing, but people were free to move in and out. And so now we know going into next time, like, you can't really trust people, and we wouldn't commit in that way. So no, we lost money on that, but it was a great experience for our team, and I think we're in a better place now because of it, for sure. Yeah, like,
It's a learning curve.
yeah, everybody, yeah.
Bill's in the chat.
Bill.
It's me again, Bill from Holiday Inn.
Oh, Bill, we were there like last week. Were we there last week or the week before last? Yeah, week before last.
Oh, you guys stayed there again?
No, we stayed at Tanoa because I think Holiday Inn was full.
Oh.
But we were at GPH for meetings for a couple of days, and then we walked past Holiday Inn once, and I was like, I wonder if we should go say hello to Bill. But I thought that you were in Australia, so I didn't actually walk in. I just walked by the front, and then I looked back. I was like, oh man, maybe that was Bill.
Yeah.
I didn't come in because I didn't want to bother you. And
So I was saying, like, I really appreciate your comments on your last 2 episodes and sharing about my stories that you mentioned, that I was a real hustler. Thank you. Really looking forward if I can buy a Waka t-shirt, and where can I get it from? Thanks again, watching from home, Suba.
yeah, walkfarms.com/store if you guys want to grab the apparel. I think we're sold out on a lot of stuff. We got to restock. So, but I think there might be some shirts still there. You guys got to go check walkfarms.com/store. I got a question here from Kryptonian_lover. What's the best advice you could give to someone who's going to be a father soon, or young parents? Make sure you keep dating your wife, I think, because I think a lot of people lose themselves in father and motherhood because, we are programmed to care a lot for the people who are carried forth our bloodline, right? And our next of kin. In doing that, a lot of times we forget about the person that we started this journey with. And so I think one of the things that's been really important, because like if me and Steph are off, like the whole family's off, and so a lot of the relationship that you have with your kids is it comes from the source of your relationship with God and your relationship with your wife. And so I think that if you make sure you have a solid relationship with your wife, and you guys make sure you guys date each other, make sure you guys get away, that because one day your kids will leave you and it'll just be you and her. And what are you guys going to do when that happens? Are you guys going to even know each other anymore? And so you guys need to continue to make sure that like you guys know who you guys are apart from the kids, because like if you guys are healthy together, then like a lot of times like your family will be healthy. And kids need like a mom figure, they need the father figure. And I can say probably I think the best thing that you can do for your kids, whether you have a son or a daughter, is my back is starting to feel a little better here.
Yeah, we just need growth.
The longer I sit on the floor cross-legged, the more my back feels better. I feel a bit loose. I think the most important thing that a little boy or a little girl can hear from their father is hear him saying, "I love you" to their mom. And I think for the first few years, you need to make sure that your kids hear you tell your wife that you love her. Because and that's just a very easy thing that doesn't take a lot of like parenting effort. It doesn't take, any investment of money. But if I know that mom and dad are solid as a little kid, like I feel a lot better. And if I see my dad treating my mom in that way and saying those words of affection to her, that teaches young Eliki, that teaches young Seva, or whoever your kids are going to be, like how to treat a woman. And if that is like ingrained in their head, like from day one, like, oh, I hear dad say, "I love you" to mom a lot. And that means that he loves her. That means that we're good. And that means that that's what I need to say when I find a wife. Because like my kids are already like, "Oh, he has a crush on her." And they're like 7, 8 years old, like 5, 6, 7 years old. And so you'd be surprised how quick they pick up on that. And so I think for the first few years, like just make sure you say it, and you say it in public, like with your kids, so that they can see that like, oh, dad loves mom. That is very, very healthy, I think. And it's healthy for you to say that too. And like, apart from it being good for your kids, it's also good for you and Mrs. Kryptonian lover.
This is Jacob.
Jacob.
Jacob don't tawag eh. Hey, so
You know him?
no, he's saying Tui din maro. Love your work. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Whoa, there's a lot of questions today. You guys really...
Nia, I'm just so excited to share ideas that have been sleeping so long.
Who's this?
From Nia.
What didn't you ask before?
Like the questions about tourism.
Oh! Yeah. That's Junia. Or Nia Maya.
Yo!
Man, how much for one bundle of bean? Okay, $2. I'm answering questions on Facebook now, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Please, some advice in vegetable farming, please. Oh man, I'm kind of the wrong guy to ask. Yeah, I think, man, okay, so obviously, like, planting, I think soil preparation is a huge important thing that a lot of people like want to like skimp out and save a couple $100s on, but like spend time and commit to prepping the soil, because the more, I guess what I'm saying is a lot of people just want to plow and harrow and then plant the seed, but what happens is you plant the seed and it's got like 2 contact points with the soil. So like, but if you rotivate it and you make sure that the soil is like really crumbly, that's why people in like the Mbanga or like the sandy kind of places in the rivers, that's why a lot of times that's a great place to plant vegetables, because they get really good like soil to seed contact, I believe. And obviously the soil is very nutritious because the river brings a lot of the nutrients down there. But don't skimp on the soil prep, and then make sure you commit to watering. A lot of us Fijians, we just want to like plant, and then we just like, no, it's like the rain, and like, oh, these things, they don't need water because like the pumpkins, and they grow by the river, they don't need water. It's like, yeah, maybe that's because they're by the river. But when you plant it in a field, like, you need to make sure you water it. You have to apply fertilizer at the right time because a lot of our soil in Fiji is very high acidity and low in organic content. And so either working with a company like Sea and Soil and mixing their product into your water is a great idea. But also, like, make sure you make it easy for yourself to do these things, because like if it's difficult to water, you just won't do it. But like for us, we set up a stand, we put a tank on it now, we set taps up all around the farm, so it's a lot easier for us to like water our beans. And so that means that like we can do it quicker, and it's not so much of a like, oh my gosh, this is going to take us all day. So make it easy for yourself to maintain, and make sure you weed the stuff too. Make sure you weed it. Yeah, and then like for something like beans, you got to make sure you harvest it like often, because the more that you harvest it, the more that it'll produce. And so a lot of people like will go out there like once, you know, every 3-4 days, but like go out there every other day, take the crop off, because like as you do this, it'll tell the crop to produce more. Yeah.
Tom Cruise in Top Gun. I have a need to seed.
Is that normally?
Yeah.
Out.
Yeah, Jacob, do you guys watch the Village Boys YouTube? It's meaning, I guess, the boys in Overlow. So,
Uraya?
Uraya, yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Frick, we get so many comments about that. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder if he gets comments about us. We're going to start doing some lives. So shoot, you guys are going to make me do something with him one of these days.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, what was the question? Do we watch?
Yeah, do you watch?
You know what? No, I don't watch a lot of his stuff, actually, because I guess I feel like I live his experiences a lot, and so I'm not really inclined to watch it. Not because I don't support it. Like every time I do watch it, I'm entertained. But I think most of my like, if I'm gonna watch something, I want to like escape reality, and so I end up watching like I love cars, like because I used to be a mechanic. I used to work on supercars and in European luxury like sports cars and stuff like that, and so that's like where my passion lies. I'm a car fiend, and so I freaking love cars. And actually, I didn't tell Leaky, that's probably where $500 million is be spent. If I make $1 billion, I'm probably gonna spend a lot of it on cars. Not because it's like a big like possession thing for me, but I freaking love driving, and I love the experience of cars. I just the sound, and I love it all. Cars and motorcycles, anything with a motor, I love it. I don't know why. My parents weren't really like big motorheads. My dad was born in a coconut tree, so I don't know why, but I just love anything with a motor.
A collab, maybe?
Yeah, we'll do a collab one day, for sure. But I guess that's why I don't watch a lot of his content, is because I love fishing, and I love cars, and I watch a lot of rugby highlights. That's pretty much what my content consumption is all about.
From Sutherland again.
Yeah.
Do local business and government departments need to employ or train staff better so the staff will actually make decisions and take responsibility, so you don't need the boss to get things done? Lots of time wasted doing the runaround.
Yeah. I don't know if they need training. I think they just need to be given the authority and the trust, because that is one thing that is like working against so many Fijian businesses, is like the trust issue, and that people don't trust their employees. They don't, like, you don't even trust your family, and you know, your employees with a ton of tenure, like, and so it always has to go to the top. So for example, like at the coffee shop, our girls have the authorization to, if I say this wrong, like people will just come and take advantage of it, but like this is the whole purpose of this. if you come to the coffee shop and they give you a product like you think is disgusting or was made incorrectly, like they have the authorization to be able to remake the drink so that the customer leaves with a smile on their face. But that's not the case for most businesses. Like you would have to like either just not do it because you know it's going to take forever, or you ask for a refund or you ask for a new drink and you have to wait for a manager and blah blah blah. But it's like the girls have the authorization to remake up to a certain dollar amount every day so that we make sure that every customer that walks in our door leaves happy. And if there's anything crazy, then like they'll give us a call. But there actually hasn't been that situation to date. So yeah, the people just need to be empowered. People just need to be empowered to be able to make those decisions. And like people can be trusted. It just like you're not employing the right people, or you don't have the right work culture. But in the government departments, I mean, there is so much that needs to be reworked, but it starts from the top. Like it's all leadership. And so like we need help on so many different levels. And when it comes to government, that like it's not even like a conversation, I think, about like, you know, the people at the customer service end. It starts right from the top. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah.
When's the next visit to Nukumbat?
Oh, I tried to go there this last weekend actually, but they're busy finding new dive sites. So yeah, for anybody who wants to go to the hotel, it sounds like they're gonna have a lot of new dive sites. So Nukumbati Island Resort, if you guys are gonna want to go check out the only resort that has access to the Great Sea Reef, that'd be the one.
The crickets in the background made me think my computer hard drive was failing.
That's funny. Is there any other questions?
No.
No?
Yeah.
All right. What else do we got here? That's pretty much it. Oh, what are the 5 tips for those small business owners or entrepreneurs in Fiji? I'm going to screenshot this and we're going to make some content around these questions. Yeah, that'd be great. So keep asking questions if you guys go on Facebook or Instagram. If you're on YouTube, go to Facebook or Instagram, ask a question on the story, and then we'll try to make some content around it and answer them in like posts, or we'll come back and talk again on Friday. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you to Radar Tires for sponsoring this live. Thank you to A. Hussein and Hamza. Just been awesome people to work with, and the tire so far is really, really great and affordable. And so we appreciate them coming on board and all the support that they've given us from the beginning. We appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching and spending time with us on the mat. Maybe one day we'll take this to like a real production studio, but for now we do it with the bugs and the gecko poops on my veranda. And so Karoy's not here, but me and Tui are going to hold down the fort for this week. Good luck to him in Moturiki, and till next time, we'll see you guys on Friday at 5:30. Sayonara. Mode.